last year was just such a great year as a fan, as a supporter. The whole of New Zealand got right behind you. Do you park that, or do you take a bit of it with you into this year with momentum as you address a brand new year?
No, I think you take it with you. Like you've got to enjoy the good times as well. Like you can't just shut yourself off and try and ignore it, and but you can't completely buy into it either. You've still got to have that key focus of what's important to you, what's in terms of performing, and what's important to the team. But like I think enjoying those moments, enjoying the crowd, enjoying the excitement can only add to it if you still have that focus. So it's a bit of a balance, but yeah, it's like makes things so much more enjoyable when you're not stressing about trying to ignore things and block things out, and just enjoy the moment.
You probably witnessed the fandom that not only swept Mount Smart and Auckland, not the country, but Australasia and almost the World Rugby League, the story of the Warriors. Man, that must have been hard to watch from afar.
Oh man, I was more happy for them, because I was with them during that COVID period, and it was tough times, man. So for them to come back, get all the support, get all their fans coming in and selling out, putting on a show, and then they're performing at the same time. Yeah, I was playing rugby, but all I would hear in the crowd was up the wires. And I'm like, bro, I'm not even there yet. Wait, I'm there next year. So no, it was awesome, and I was happy for them.
What's the biggest thing you learned from last year that you think will make you a better player this year?
Yeah, to back myself. I wouldn't be in this position if I didn't deserve to be here. I wasn't good enough. I'm here because I am good enough, and not that I had those queries last year, but I think just with the season that we've all had and the season that we're able to finish with in the Qs, it should give someone confidence, and I think that's probably something that I can take away from last year.
2023, bit of a breakout year for you. What do you put down your success to from last year?
I think the main thing was keeping myself on the field. I think I strung the most games I've ever strung together by a lot. And that's by you getting my body right for each game. And I think, your best ability is, stay on the field and keep yourself healthy. And so that's the main thing.
People are their own harshest critics. So if you sat down and had a good chat to yourself, where do you want to improve this year?
I think I came as a preseason wanting to improve everywhere. I think, get stronger, fitter, faster. I think that's the main thing from preseason. But I'd probably like to get a bit more involved in certain parts of the game. And I really want to get better in every aspect. But probably the main thing is involvement.
You're having a bit more of a playmaker role. Is that a conscious thing for you, or is that instruction from above?
No, it's just obviously during the preseason, something that Sean got injured a little bit there for probably like 4 or 5 weeks. So it was something that I stepped into that number 7 role and actually found like pretty fun. That's something that I want to do when I'm older. So, or not when I'm older, like I'd like to sort of get, like you said, get stuck into that now. So, a little bit more of a hands-on role. But obviously Sean's he's our guy. He's our number 7. He does the majority of it. But where I can help him out, whether it's kicking or just sort of get my hands on the ball more. It's something I want to do and something that I think they want me to do as well.
It's quite cool because Shawnee's quite well marked and he's quite well known. I always see your eyes darting, looking for an opportunity.
I just feel like wherever I can, just either push up in support or just trying to take that a bit of pressure off Shawnee. That's something that I want to do, and I'm always just sort of scheming. I feel that's a part of my game, just sort of scheming for an opportunity. Just like whether it's if someone makes a break and just trying to push with them, and be in support. Whatever it is, I'm just trying to be around the ball.
Must be a good bloke to play with and learn off.
Oh, 100%. Obviously, being one of my favourite players when I was younger, being able to play with him is just awesome. So, I feel like this year I've really feel like I've come a long way sort of with that role of getting my hands on the ball more, worked heaps with Shawnee in the preseason about attacking space and sort of how to manipulate defences with your starting positions and stuff like that. I feel like this preseason I've really gained a lot from Shawnee.
You played rugby, then league, then rugby, now back to league. What's been the biggest adjustment this time for you?
Match fitness. That's the biggest one for me, is being able to stay in the game a lot longer, and especially in today's game, it's a lot quicker. There's no stoppages. It's required to do a lot more, and I'm adjusting to a new position, so just trying to stay game fit.
You left a few years ago when Rog was number one fullback.
Yep.
Now you're back. Roger's behind you. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. I sort of don't look at him as he's sort of behind me. It's a hard one too because you sort of have to put respect on what he's been able to achieve in this game as well, especially in the Warriors jersey. He was the skipper. I believe he was our first New Zealand Warriors Dallin Player of the Year, and just his CV speaks for itself. So just to have Roger back in a Warriors jersey is pretty special to me, I think.
Because he would have been one of your mentors back in your early times. And so that first time he came back into the club, what was that like for you?
Yeah, I was stoked, I was stoked. I still feel like a kid, man, being around fellas like him and Sean and even Tohu, a few of the boys that used to watch growing up. Could even chuck my roommate Mitch Barnett up there. Sorry, Rooms. Yeah, it's pretty magical, mate. Like you said, he's someone that I've really based my game on as a fullback, and yeah, he's definitely where it all started for me.
What's the difference in prepping for a season as a player as compared to being captain of a club?
To be honest, it's not that different. Like the club's been awesome. Like we've got a number of different guys who are leaders in their own right, and like Webby's been awesome. So the burden hasn't been much of a burden at all, to be honest. So it's been a role that sort of really enjoyed, and it hasn't been that different, to be honest. I try not to let it sort of change who I am. So I guess that's less stress on me because I'm not worrying about different things, and just the only difference is like I've got Webby there making sure that my standards in certain areas are high because I guess I've got to set an example. So I just feel like one of the players.
The maturity of the youngsters here is something I've noticed as well, like these leadership groups and teams and stuff. But you get young guys like Jackson Ford. I see him as a leader in a funny sort of way.
Yeah, I think like we have leaders in the team, but we don't have like a leadership group, and because Webby wants a space where everyone they have the ability to speak up, and they're not just relying on a core group of players to do so. There's leaders inside, obviously, like Sean and Barney and Adam that will speak up when they feel like something needs to be said. But because there's no sort of core group, everyone has a voice, and it's been awesome. Like you get guys who will speak up in certain areas that you might not necessarily expect them to, but they feel they have the confidence they can because they're allowed to, and it's awesome to see, and you see that growth and that confidence grow, and then it shows with their performances.
We've had incredible years at the Warriors before, and the year after sort of going to free fall a little bit. Has that been talked about?
No, not really. What our focus on is just obviously taking the good things out of last year and building on what we did last year, but we have so much more to learn as well. We're still learning now. Like me personally, I'm still learning, but yeah, we're quite confident that if we stick to our game plan and what Webby and they give us, then it goes a lot to winning games each week.
You've been in the NRL a wee while. What have you liked about this pre-season?
A lot of footy fitness, which is nice. Instead of just doing laps around the field, there's actually been a lot of work that's been put into fitness and what we're going to get through games. So really enjoyed that.
You're a young man. Do you have moments like you go to bed at night and you just think, how good's what I'm doing at the moment? Like you've climbed the elevator pretty damn quick.
Yeah, I think I definitely have a lot of those moments. I'm kind of used to the boys now. I've been here for a while, but still sometimes I realise, playing outside Shawnee, and I got Dell outside me. I was watching them growing up in school. I remember watching Shawnee when he was putting on clinics back in 2011, and I was probably like 10 or something. I don't even know. So it's pretty unreal. I think my parents remind me sometimes, like playing with people I used to look up to. So I try remind myself every now and again. I'm going all right.
You've got a really strong halves club in this club now. How competitive is it and how unified is it?
Yeah, it's really good. I think we just make each other better. Like I was talking about Shawnee, like some of the meetings that we have and just the chats we're having around the spine when we get in there and talk about footy, it's some of the most knowledgeable meetings I've ever been in. Like, it's just awesome. Everyone's bouncing ideas off each other and just talking footy. It's I feel like it's just only going to make us better as a club.
Body all good? You had a few hiccups last year.
Yeah, no, I feel really good. This is probably the best I've ever felt in terms of like coming back into preseason. I felt really good, but then getting through the whole preseason and getting through the trial games, and it's something I haven't done in I don't think throughout my whole career. Like, I've been like this. So yeah, I feel like I've got a good thing going on at the moment. Like, off the field, I'm taking care of myself. Like, things that I never really knew about before, but I think it took me all those things to happen to sort of understand what I need to do away from footy. Obviously, when I was good when I was coming into the building, but I feel like it's the things I'm doing away that have sort of put me in good stead. So I just know if I stay on top of that, I'll be fine. Everyone
talks about your work ethic, your professionalism, your commitment to excellence. Where did that come from, or have you always had it?
It's something my parents sort of taught me, and I still see it today. This is a blessing, to live this life that I get to live. I grew up in South Auckland, up in Otara, and there wasn't many people around me who had the opportunity to live their dream, and here I am doing it. So I just make sure that I'm grateful for what I do, and because I know this can all go just like that if you choose to waste these opportunities. So that's something I'm trying to teach my friends and my family, that I'm living a dream, respect that, and just put your head down and go to work.
SENZ, it's Kiwi for Sport.